Okay, so I'm gonna do no spoilers, so you guys can read this if you want to. So,
Okay.
The Last Monument. I have no idea how I found out about this book. It's been on my Amazon list for over a year, and I got it for Christmas, and I don't even know who gave it to me. But so The Last Monument is actually kind of based off of the Monuments Men from World War II.
Haven't you
So
read
That's
that book
cool.
too?
I think I've seen the movie. I haven't read the book. So, refresher for everyone, the Monuments Men was like the group of, I think it was allied, like US and allied people, and they were like scientists, museum people, historians, right? And their job was to preserve and get back like historically significant and like artwork pieces that the Nazis were stole, or were like trying to steal. And so this book is about that. And this is kind of like a what if one of the Monuments Men had found something that caused him to desert the war right at the end and go search for something in South America. And this is 40 years, it's like present day almost, like the 2000s. They get a letter. This old guy gets a letter from his brother, who was a Monuments Man, who was supposedly had died in the war, but he never believed that his brother really died or deserted. And he gets this letter from his brother, and it was never mailed. It was found in a crack somewhere, but they still mailed it 40 years later. And it was from his brother in South America that pretty much said come here, I found something. And then the brother, who's a really old guy in a nursing home, gets out, goes and tries to fly there to find him, on a small plane with his buddy who's a pilot, but hasn't flown for years, and it crashes. And so his granddaughter, starts looking into it along with the person who comes to investigate plane crashes. And they find this letter and they figure out something's going on, and no one's taking them seriously. So they take off to South America to find out what's happening and what the monument
That's really good.
found there.
That does sound really good.
Do you know what it's like? It is so much like that. What was that book The Haunted Mesa? It gave me Haunted Mesa vibes the whole time.
It was kind of reminding me of Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Going to search for lost treasure, finding all these clues.
Yeah.
I definitely did not get those vibes from Haunted Mesa. I didn't read it, but it's not what I would have guessed it was like.
Well, Haunted Mesa was they were trudging through the forest too, searching for this thing that they didn't really know what it was. And it's kind of this is all kind of out in the middle of nowhere too, following these signs that seem like they're, I don't know. You're right, Madeline. It's also the idea you had.
Indiana Jones.
Yeah. It's a good book.
Rate it.
I rated it a B plus. It's good. I liked it. It was an interesting story. But it also, I think there's a sequel, a related book, not a follow-on sequel. And I don't know if I'll read it. I liked it, but I'm not in a hurry to read the next one. So they answered all the questions in this one. So
did you like the characters?
Yes, but I wasn't obsessed with them. They were all I didn't relate to any of them. So
Bo just wants to crash book club.
I know.
No, he gets weird when he hears people talking. If I'm working from home and people call, he comes to see what's going on.
He can hear them, but he can't smell or see them.
He's also has allergies right now, so he wants me to scratch him.
Puppy.
Yeah.
We feel the pain. Our eczema. Well, that sounds good, Liz. I never would have probably heard of or read that book, but I definitely would now. It sounds good. I'm surprised you didn't pick that for book club.
I know. Well,
it's a good one.
I took it on the plane and I just finished it on my flight. So sorry. I'm excited for a new book club book too, though. Have you guys read any of it yet?
No, I'm waiting until Sunday.
I haven't read it either. All I've read is the intro online, which got me, which is Did you guys read the intro, like the summary?
No, don't. Well, oh yeah, I did from Amazon. Actually, I read that out loud to Ross randomly one day.
This guy's like in the airport and he like sits down at a bar somewhere and he's like randomly talking to this woman in the airport and he starts complaining about his wife. And the girl is like that he's talking to, they're like trading stories, they're getting really close and they're like talking about stuff, like connecting, and he's complaining about his wife and how she cheats on him and stuff. And the lady next to him is like, why don't we just kill her?
I did read the synopsis or whatever. I did read that.
I feel
That's
like
the whole reason I picked it. I'm
a
like,
lot of conversations in book club, because I can see some people being like, yeah, definitely worth it, killer, and then other people being offended. Being like, that's not right.
I just like loved that premise so much. I was reading so like looking through so many books and I read that and I'm like, oh yes, let's see what happens.
Yeah, so the next book we're reading, which is Liz's choice, is The Kind Worth Killing. So that's our next book club book we're starting this week. So that review will be coming. I bet it's actually kind of thick. The first reading is just 40 pages, but I think we might do this for maybe like 6 weeks, if I remember right.
Like 350, 300, 350 pages.
Yeah, I didn't think it was that big, but
Mine's
maybe
like,
it is.
Did you get a large print book? I feel like
I might have.
I've done that before. Be careful.
Well, that was The Last Monument. Oops. There's
The
my
Last Monument by Michael Grumley.
Cool. That's a good random review. Like, I've never seen it, never seen an ad for it anywhere. So,
and he self-published it too.
He self-published?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I know.
We're gonna do that someday. We're gonna write a book club book. Self-published.
He's such a bad writer.
It's gonna be so fun. I have this idea.